Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. I want to take a quick second and say thank you to all the channel members. Thank each and every one of you. And thank anybody who takes the time to come in to watch my knife, my EDC content. I really appreciate it. If you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. If you like knife and EDC content, it really helps me out. So today we've got kind of a special cool unboxing that I'm lucky enough to check out. That is something that's going to be new. Not available yet, but the pre-order's coming up. And I am lucky enough to show it with you guys, unbox it, and then send it back to its home. So guys, this is, I don't want to cut the box, my Amazon butterfly knife is very sharp. It's got a new blade on it. Anyway, all right. So what we have here is a package from EMP EDC. I talked to John and Jamie out at Blade Show in Atlanta and was looking at some of their new stuff. And this really caught my eye. Again, I always say keep your mind open in the knife hike that you're on, because things inevitably change. What you like, what you think you like, what you end up falling in love with. But this is the EMP EDC. It's a prototype. You guys have seen something very similar. So the first thing you're thinking, the first thing I'm thinking, it's an EMP Pulse out the front. This is May 2024, part of their second run. It is black, very, very well done. I love the texture. It's got a little bit of frag that feels kind of like knurling. It's a very small, comfortable, neutral handle. Let me get my pulse. Hold on one second. But the knife, from a design standpoint, is delightful. I mean, it's very functional, both in the pocket. It's functional as a knife. Now, this is my Pulse. My Pulse had a little different milling panel. This is Gen 1. Had milling on the clip and had that very unique Wharncliffe blade. I love this knife. This was my first out the front knife. I carry it all the time because it's got a functional blade. To me, I've always been an EMP EDC fan. I just love their designs, love the knives, and this was just, to me, perfect. So when I saw this guy, I wanted to see what the Gen 2 was all about. And when I opened it, I knew right away that it was something that was very, very interesting. So what we've got, guys, is we have got a Pulse with a Bowie blade, kind of compound ground. I have no doubt, even though this one's been cutting, that it's going to be a laser ring. Guys, I can't stress to you how well I feel these knives are done. I know Bestech OEM'd this one. I am not sure who OEM'd this one. I'm guessing it was Bestech. There is very little side to side, no up and down. Fantastic action. You've got this nice hollow in the middle. This tip, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that tip is special. I mean, what my Pulse, which I love, lacked in tip, this one's definitely made up for it. This one was more of a belt satin. I love the stonewash tumbled. I like the frag, and I like the clean clip. Let's see how it goes in and out of pocket. Very good. And the thing is, you don't feel it. It's such a neutral size knife. You don't have any blade to contend with coming up here. It's just an absolutely gorgeous and elegant package. And I didn't think this knife could be improved upon because I do have access to the US. My best buddy A to Z EDC is going to let me check it out. So I will be doing a review on the USA made out the front that looks kind of like this. It's a little bit different blade, but I love that they've kept the signature EMP EDC hole, and I love this swedge. I don't know why. It's purely stylistic. It's purely for looks, but to me it screams Bowie blade. Another thing that I really love about EMP EDC, all the way from the Nimble to the Thick Boy to the Relative to the Nimble T to the Nimble W to the Ronin to the Pulse, their knives are unique. These are designs that people might say, well, that looks like an out the front. All knives that are out the fronts have a similar style body. This, I would challenge anyone to say, looks like any specific out the front. And if you do, I'd love to know what it is. Leave a comment. But then the blades. From the Gen 1, which was this nice Wharncliffe, to the Gen 2, which is this sexy, beautiful Bowie. Guys, I love it. I'm 100% thinking it's a killer looking knife. I thought so when I saw it at Blade Show. I was tickled to death when John said he'd let me borrow it to share it with you guys. I'm not going to use it hard. I don't use a lot of knives hard, but I am going to carry it. I am going to cut with it just like I do my regular cutting task, like I do with my Pulse. I can already tell you I don't see any drawbacks in this knife. I love that he changes the handles. I don't know if this is going to be the final production run, but if it was and I was in the market, i.e. had a job right now, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I think it's a gorgeous knife. This is from somebody who did not own an out the front knife until I bought this when they were in stock. Right after the drop, I bought this because I'd handled it at Blade Show last year. Since I've picked up a Max Ace Neutron because it was so inexpensive and it's such a good knife. Before, I've just never been a dagger guy. I like to cut with my EDC knives, and there's nothing wrong with out the fronts. They're just traditionally thicker ground knives. If you look at this hollow, this knife does the blade, in my opinion, what you want an EDC knife to do. That tip is rounded, and I mean very, very sharp. It bites, and then that flat is a therapeutic slicer, guys. I mean, and this knife has been used. This has been in John's pocket. This is not a knife that just came out of the box for the first time. He just wrapped it up for me. But I'm just telling you, like the Gen 1, the Gen 2 feels fantastic. Improvements that I feel, and this is a prototype, so I'm sure there are things that they're making better from this, but what I can tell is I love the smooth clip. I love the stonewash blade. The blade shape is a home run. To me, it actually feels like they've even gotten the blade more stable. And that's saying a lot because these blades, all OTS except for deadlocks, have a little bit of play, but these are phenomenal. This guy is as tight as it can be. So guys, this is the EMP EDC Pulse OTF. This one was made in May 2024. The drop is coming very soon on this. The Gen 2 is going to have this blade shape, and if I'm not mistaken, they're also going to have the OG blade shape, which is a fantastic blade shape. I do not sell this short. That's why I think my collection has room for both of these knives, because the blades are so radically different. But this is a huge win. I love to see what they're doing. They've got some other designs that are in the cooking stages that I was fortunate enough to get a look at Blade Show, as other attendees did, but they're not quite ready yet. All I can tell you is John thinks out of the box. His designs are not only clean and well thought out, they're executed flawlessly. So regardless of who his strategic partner is in the US or overseas, every single knife I've gotten has been outstanding. So I'm a big fan, I'm a supporter, and I think the OTF second run is going to be great. And you can now get it in a Bowie blade, guys, with a pokey stabby tip. Appreciate you checking out the unboxing. I hope y'all found it somewhat entertaining, informative, educational maybe. But I do ask, please, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for a guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Please go forward with love in your heart. Choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. I'll bring you some more information on this after I get to know it. Peace.